How do I start this thing?
Have you plugged the bloody USB in?
Yeah, it's in.
Nah, man, that's the wrong port. Oh, wait, it's flashing now.
It's recording.
Well, let's start this thing, fool.
Hello, everyone. I'm Amelia.
Hi, I'm Sam. Welcome to Ask the Duo podcast, a podcast where we get deep into those late-night, unfiltered conversations.
We'll be discussing all things lifestyle, relationship, mindset, and more.
All right, let's get to it. Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome. I actually was watching... I stumbled across this random YouTube video. I have no idea how I got to it. Something with the algorithm on YouTube, but it was a video about ageism, which is very, very random. But it actually got me thinking.
Ageism as in people discriminate against age, like as you get older or what they perceive age
the perception
is.
of, your physical appearance, age, depending on your male, female, that sort of stuff. But I don't want to dive into ageism, but it made me think, are we afraid of aging? That's the question. So for me, I feel that I'm not really afraid of it. Yes, it's inevitable that we are getting older, but it's about appreciating the experiences in life and adapting to how your body is obviously aging, if you want to call it that.
I'm not afraid of aging. Like, I know it's a thing. You're gonna grow old. But what I always hear, I'm pretty sure everyone around me is always afraid of age. Like, it's your birthday coming up and they're like, oh, don't remind me, or like, I don't wanna know how old I am, or they're like, oh, now I'm too old. Like, to me, it kind of triggers me that everyone is thinking that way. Like, why are you so depressed or so sad over what age you are? I feel like you should embrace how old you are and celebrate how far you've gotten and all the experiences, all the knowledge that you've learnt so far, rather than thinking of it the opposite way and be like, oh, getting so old.
I don't think it's being sad or being depressed about the age. I think it's people not wanting to face the reality of what's going to happen. I think
which is also making them sad and depressed. Right? Because you're like, once it comes to your birthday, it's a reminder of how old you are. But I feel like rather than being like, oh, I'm getting so old, like, I feel like that's such a sad way to think about life, in my point of view anyway. And the reason why it triggers me is that everyone around me always says that. Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Like, I've heard people say, look, oh, we're adulting. We can't do this, so you can't do that. But why does that stop you from doing that stuff? Like, yes, as you get older, the more responsibilities that you have to take on, which is normal, it's inevitable. But why stop the opportunities that you could have, whether it's spending time with your friends or going on holidays and trips and doing sporadic things that you used to do?
Spontaneous things?
Yeah, spontaneous. Well, okay, you get me.
So good English, huh?
Yourself alive. But like those spontaneous things that you used to do when you were younger, like you can still do that now, just within control.
Yeah.
Right? So
like plan ahead.
Yeah, plan ahead. Yeah. Time manage, or you know what I mean? Like, you can still do that stuff. Like, you can still go out and fucking have a great time. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with that. But yeah, I'm actually not afraid of aging. Like, I know it's going to happen, but I feel like if you have built a good base as in your body, your mind, everything, like keeping it healthy, maintaining it, that's the main thing. Like, the age, yes, it's just a number, but I think of it as a good thing. Like, I don't think of aging as a bad thing.
Yeah. And that's the same thing with me too, right? I respect the fact that, it's going to happen, but you got to keep moving forward, right? It's about working on or adapting ways to have that better mindset when it comes to that.
Yeah. And I think if you're doing things that you truly enjoy in life and enjoying all the things that you're doing, keeping healthy, working out, all of that would overwrite your thoughts of, oh, I'm getting old. Like, you're actually just truly enjoying and being in the moment.
That is exactly right. So I'm not too sure as to why, just from not even just friends, but even in a work situation, like a lot of people sort of talk about that all the time. It's like, oh, fuck, you know, I'm getting old, mate. Fucking can't do that. And it's like, well, mate, relax.
You see like 80-year-old people who are doing what people would do when they're 30. There's even weightlifters that are like 80 that are lifting heavier than people at 25.
I've seen videos. There's like a grandma who's 70 who does powerlifting.
Yeah.
Who deadlifts 180 and she's only like 50 kilos. And it's like, dude, if she can do it, fucking anyone can do it. You know what I mean?
And then like if you go into rural China, like mountains, there's people that are 70, 80, even 100, and they can walk up that mountain like nothing, like they're just trekking a normal flat ground, but they walk up that mountain like nothing. So people like that can do it. You can do it too. And I think it's all just in the mindset and how much you believe in yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like thinking of your car, right? As your car gets older, you need to maintain it. And maintaining it, you need to service it, change oils, fluids, and stuff like that. If things wear out like bushings and suspension components or whatever it is, you replace it.
And to normal people who don't know what that is?
What, suspension components?
Bushings.
So, okay, food for thought for you guys. Drop
if you
knowledge.
Ever want to learn about cars, ask this guy here.
I'm not a professional, sorry.
Actually, you work for a little bit.
Well, yeah, I was in the industry, but bushes is basically like every vehicle, its standard suspension components have these like rubber bushes that basically absorb how the car basically rides, right? And over time, it wears out. So it cracks, it deteriorates.
Kind of like the ligaments and the collagen in your bones.
Yeah, basically like that, right? And over time, you need to replace it with new, fresh bushes or whatever it is, right? Same thing with humans. Like, yes, we probably can't replace it in full, but we take measures to maintain it, to recondition it in some way or form.
Just strengthen it or maintain it, keep it healthy.
Similar in that train of thought, we need to adapt to how our body basically operates. So, like I said, that 70-year-old who's fucking doing powerlifting and she's moving like she's a 30-year-old. Just everyday stuff, she's normal. And it's insane to see someone of that caliber do that stuff.
Yeah, but in saying that, like obviously as you grow older, there are some things that are going to slow down. Like for me, I've noticed that I do get tired a lot easier, but being aware of that and then rather than thinking, oh, I'm getting old, it's like what can I do to create or maintain my energy levels or help my energy levels, rather than just being like, oh, I've got a problem, it's because I'm getting old, and leaving it as that. So being aware of it and then thinking what you can do to help it.
Yeah, 100%. That all has some way or form to help you maintain yourself. But even just like acknowledging it and knowing that there are ways to take on board for that longevity, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. So why do you think people are afraid of aging? I know you did answer or say a few reasons, but what do you think are the main things around being afraid of aging?
I think, depending on the person itself, but I think the majority of it could potentially be the physical aspect. People don't want to, they're scared to know that, you know, their skin's starting to sag or they're wrinkly. That physical appearance, that's what's going to change. Outside of that physical appearance, it's maybe your mentality, maybe it's your ability to move. Some people notice a difference from their 20s to their 30s or 40s or even 50s and 60s in terms of how they move, how their body composition is and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So, and metabolism, I think that slows down, which either you don't lose weight as fast as you can or things like that. I think that has an influence too. Yeah. But again, that goes back into digging deeper and building a better base in terms of being healthy and getting a healthy mindset and building all that helps the physical and like the mental states that you get into as you get older.
Yeah. And that actually brings that point. It's important to, yes, acknowledge that as we age, all those things, as I mentioned and you mentioned, be aware of those things, right? But also that there are options out there to help maintain those things. Like, for an example, a lot of people find that their ability to react mental stimulus is slower from their 20s to 30s. So what are the ways that we can adapt or do to help you maintain those? And like, that's why some people say, like, play games. Like, games help you think and react in a certain way or form. Like, there's brain train games. That used to be a huge thing on mobile apps and even on DS, yeah. Like, DS used to be huge, and I think the reason why they had so many of those games is it actually did something.
Yeah.
You find that your reactiveness, your ability to methodically think.
It just works your mind.
Yeah. It stimulates your mind where you can just think of it straight away.
Yeah. What I wanted to bring up was when you were talking about this topic to me, I actually wanted to see the crazy measures of what people actually go to either keep looking young. Like, usually it's the physical appearance that people care about, right? So actually take a guess. So the Greeks, Egyptians and Romans actually mixed a special ingredient with mud for a facial. Guess what that ingredient is?
Shit?
Yeah, it actually is shit. So it's crocodile dung, which is crocodile shit. But it's like, it's crazy how, like, it probably does work because I'm really interested in the ancient ways of how people do certain things. Like, it's kind of like a traditional Chinese medicine or like some herbal to help either build your body or keep your face, your skin looking really great and stuff. But the measures that people go to maintain their facial features is crazy. And then there was another one, I don't know which culture it was based, but they used mercury on their face to get rid of blemishes and acne and pimples.
Shit.
And mercury is like lead.
It's, poisonous.
Yeah, so it's like, what the hell? And then the Israel people use snail slime. This one I've heard of. So they put snails on your face as a facial, or they get the slime from snails.
That's strange as don't certain snails carry parasites? I thought that's not a good thing.
Well, maybe they breed this or something. I don't know, but
weird. But I don't know. Like,
would you try it?
Fuck no. I don't want no snail jizz on my face.
Ew. Would you try the crocodile dung?
Well, that's the dung thing I've actually heard. Not this specifically about facial stuff, but I've heard where in certain cultures they will use some form of fecal matter as, I wouldn't say healing, but they'll rub it on themselves for some way or form.
There's, was it cat poo coffee?
Actually cat shit as coffee?
Yeah, there's this thing. I think it's a barley thing. So there's like things like that. It's like really weird. But other facial stuff that people do is like J-Lo loves using placenta facials.
Placenta facials?
Yeah, like the thing when you have a baby and there's like a placenta that comes out. So she uses that for facials.
That's probably why she looks really nice.
That's her secret.
Placenta facials, hey?
And then Demi Moore uses leeches. I don't know how that works, but that sounds painful because doesn't it hurt like when leeches bite you and then you get like...
Well, you bleed, but leeches, like I said with the slime thing, leeches are similar with snails in the fact that they can carry parasites because they suck the blood and shit like that. So I would think, or I would assume that that's not really a...
Yeah, but I was reading up on how that works. So apparently they use the leeches near your liver or pancreas to remove toxins. Then they'll apply the leech saliva to your face.
Strange.
Yeah, and the last one, which has become really popular in the most recent years, but Kim Kardashian does vampire facials.
So how the fuck do you do vampire facials?
So it involves drawing blood from your arm, separating the platelets, and then applying that back into your face. So the facials actually looks like blood all over your face.
So what, you take blood out of your arm?
Or some sort of blood and then applying it to your face. I don't know how it works, but it's actually become really popular within the last few years.
That's strange. So you just suck blood out of your vein in your arm and then you fucking spray it on your face, right? Is that what it is?
I don't know. You go ask Kim K.
Well, sounds like it, hey? It's just like, yeah, I'll just fucking stick a needle in my arm, suck some blood out, and then get the needle, squirt on my face, and then rub it in my face. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. But haven't you noticed that all of this is very focused on the face? Like all these solutions.
Yeah.
It shows how much people care about the aging or the signs of aging on the facial features.
Yeah. And to add on to the strange measures that people go, there's one thing that you probably left out, which I wouldn't say the well-known famous people use, but there are people out there that use male semen at like an actual thing where they buy like I don't know what it's called. It's a capsule of male semen, and basically they put it on their face because male semen contains a lot of proteins and shit like that. That's why
actually a thing.
Yeah, there's actual. I've read a thing where a study where a female, this one girl who basically orders like not tubs but like these little container thingies with male semen in it, and she actually rubs it on her face as a daily routine.
Yeah, but then like how does a guy even get that into the capsule?
I'm sure they just And
how much would you sell that for? Does her face look good though? Like, is it youthful? Is it like bouncy? Gelatinous bounce?
I don't know, but it seems like I'm just casually doing a random look right now, and there is a lot of things about male sperm being used as a facial.
So how much is a capsule? Not that I want to do it, but I'm just curious, how much is this?
I don't know the price, but there are a lot of, I wouldn't say FAQs, but articles about it, which is really interesting. But yeah, that's another thing that people use.
Yeah, but I just thought it was good to bring this up because a lot of the measures, no matter what culture you're in or what they were in, it's always about the facials and all around the face, which shows like that a lot of people do, like, it's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's natural that you care about what you look like and your appearance because that also brings you confidence. But I feel like outside of confidence in what you look like and your facial features and how much you're wrinkling or things like that, I think the main thing is keeping yourself healthy and happy.
Well, yeah, 100%. 100%. It's the main thing is focusing on yourself. Focusing on yourself where your mentality is at the right place, your physical capabilities at the right place, and that relates to your health as well, right? So I feel that as long as you have those three as your priority, that's all that should really matter. Like, who gives a fuck about who you look like or what you look like?
No, but I'm also a big believer. I don't know if a lot of people believe this, but I feel like if you're happy with yourself inside, it will show outside. So naturally, your skin will look better. Like if you're eating better, your skin will also look better. And if you're healthy and working out, your physical body itself is better too. So rather than fixing your immediate thing that you see right in front of you, fix the inside.
Yeah, fix
first.
Yourself.
Well, not fix, but like work on yourself inside.
Yeah. And I understand that there are people out there who are very self-conscious, which is human to feel that way. But if you focus on your internal, like you said, that's going to have a effect to your external if your internal is at a right place. Yeah.
And I don't blame people who want to work on the facial features because in the recent year or recent half a year, I've actually started breaking out in my own face, like facial features. And in my whole entire life, I've probably had like 1 or 2 pimples here and there, but nothing where it's across the whole entire face. And yeah, I won't lie that it did hit me back where I'm like, whoa, I don't know how I feel about my face, going out with my face looking like this. And I'm not a person who wears makeup a lot. So now when I go out, I do feel like I need to wear makeup to cover up because my confidence, like, I wouldn't say it's damaged my confidence because I still go out looking like this. I kind of forget that my face is like that. And that's partially because I'm just so used to going out and not wearing makeup. But when I see myself in the mirror, I do get shocked. I'm like, whoa, my face is so red. I've got so much like breakouts. I don't know what's happening. But the main thing for what I'm doing is, again, working on the inside. Like, I need to focus on eating clean and continue to working out and maybe minimize my stress, like work stress or whatever it is, to see if it helps.
Yeah, and that's all comes down to your hormones, right? Could be a hormone.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, we don't know, but that's something that you're obviously trying to figure out. But like, that's an important thing to say is, yes, your physical appearance is changing, but your mindset is more about your internal self.
Yeah, like what can I do internally to help? And like, maybe I do need some physical help, like maybe facials or going to see a skin clinic. But the main thing that I want to focus on is making sure that my body is as healthy as it can be to help it. So at least I know that I've done what I can for the inside first as a priority.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same, similar, I wouldn't say similar, but I'm in a situation where it's like, in my earlier 20s, my metabolism was quick, easy, digest food, eat whatever the fuck I want to eat, and I'm good. Now it's kind of like, okay, if I eat whatever the fuck I want, it's kind of like, well, my metabolism...
You get that dad bod.
Yeah, you get the dad bod.
That's a thing, though.
Yeah.
Girls love that.
Yeah, bitches love that shit, eh?
And,
but no, it's something like I'm conscious about too, not going to lie, like knowing that I don't have the frame of what I used to have in my 20s.
Conscious as in, if you do eat a lot, you do feel a bit self-conscious that you're getting a bit pudgy around, like muffin tops.
Yeah, like you're getting the muffins, you're getting that dad bod style thing. Like, yeah, it's all about being aware of what's happening and then trying to adapt.
Yeah.
To
but
that.
even so, that, yeah, you're feeling that your body metabolism is slowing, or my skin is not as good as it used to be. But what I can see is we both don't blame the age for that. Like, you're just aware of what's happening and we're just trying to maintain or help build a better body or how to fix it, rather than being, oh, I'm getting old.
Yeah, 100%.
Which I think is the way that people should see life, rather than being, oh, I'm getting old, or like, this is the problem because I'm getting old.
That is a very, very important thing, right? It's understanding and being aware of what's actually happening, rather than sort of pointing the finger at age.
But I just feel like it just hurts yourself emotionally, because you always think of something negative. Like, think of it from a bright side.
Yeah, a brighter side perspective, yeah. More positive mindset.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was basically what I was thinking of when I was watching that YouTube video. Very, very strange video. I don't know how it came up, because mostly my channel, well, not my channel, but my YouTube login is all about cars and stuff like that. Don't know how ageism came about, but hey, it made me really think about age in general, right? As to how the perception of it, how people think about it, are we aware of it? So I thought, why not think about and talk about this?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good topic to bring up. So yeah, for the listeners out there, stay healthy, keep working on yourself, keep that good mindset.
Let us know in the comments, or even slide in the DMs, what you guys think and feel about age. And are there particular ways that you've taken on board to help you adapt to it, or even try and improve yourself when it comes to the changes to your body physically? And follow us on our socials and give us a star rating on the platform you're listening to if you are loving our episodes. And it would mean the world to us if you could subscribe to our podcast and share it with your loved ones too. We'll see you at the next one.
Bye.
Thank you so much if you have reached to the end. We really appreciate you for tuning in. And if you'd like what you hear, please share it with your friends or family and subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you are listening to.
Make sure you share any topics you'd like us to cover or questions you might have to our Instagram.
Slide it into our DMs.
Bigger. You can also stay in the loop of all the behind the scenes and the release of our new episodes there too. Our Instagram is Ask the Duo Podcast. That's AskTheDuoPodcast. Man, feels like I'm in a spelling bee competition right now. Alright, that's it for now, and we'll see you back here for our next episode. Bye!
See ya!